What is going on, everybody? In today's video, I wanted to show you guys how I am drawing my support and resistance zones. These zones are what I use to find areas of resistance and support in the market where there is a higher probability of reversal or a continuation in the case of a breakout. So when you look at these zones, essentially all it is an area where buyers or sellers are rejecting price and then pushing into the opposite direction. The other side is taking control. We're always talking about how support and resistance is kind of being viewed as a battle between buyers and sellers. So when we're identifying these zones, what we're finding is the zones where either the sellers or the buyers won unanimously, right? They took strong control of the market, and then from that, there's a higher probability of the same thing happening just at a later time. So our first example of the day is going to be on SPY. When I'm looking at support and resistance zones, this is very, very easy to understand. I'm looking for a large wick to the upside or the downside in which there is no price preceding it in the candles to the left, 2 candles to the left, or 2 candles to the right. So we're going to look at this example first right here because it's just out in the open. We have a large wick to the downside, and then when I'm looking 2 candles to the right, there is no wick or candle that surpasses this wick that we're looking at, right? So 1 candle, nope. 2 candles, no. Okay, 2 candles to the left, nope. 2 candles to the left, no. So this is a support zone now. As you can see, we break through this support zone right here. From here, we retest this zone 3 times here, 1 time here, total of 4 times. Now, once we break through the zone, instead of it being treated as support, it is now treated as resistance. So let's quickly draw it out for you guys. We're going to use red for support and green for resistance. So it's support up until the point where it breaks, and we're only looking at candle closes for the break. So we broke right here on this candle. Now it is not support, it is turned into resistance, which we will highlight as green. So from this point, we are looking for a break to the downside once it is confirmed as resistance, right? So we confirm it first here on this large wick, we get shot down. We get confirmed it again here, confirmed it again here, confirmed it again here. This is strong resistance. As you can see, after our 4th test, price takes a dive to the downside. Now you might be asking, okay, Logan, when are these invalidated? The answer to that question is two-faced, right? So the way that I'm first looking at it is if we break through a zone 2 times, it is now invalid. So let's show you an example of an invalidated zone. Right here, obviously, 2 candles to the left, 2 candles to the right. This is a support zone, so up until this point right here. Now it's treated as resistance until right here, where we break through it again. So we break through it here on this gap. This is 1 break. We break above it here on this candle close right here. And then this is the 2nd break. This is when I would stop considering this zone to be valid. And as you can see, if we extend this out, you'll see that we break through it with very little resistance the next time. So now let's look at some more examples. We have one right here, that this one is still valid on SPY. And the other answer to that question is, the other face of when are they invalidated is, if you see that it's continuously being tested, then it is still valid, right? You can keep it on your chart until you see that price is not reacting to it. That's the best answer, or the second answer. So as you can see here, we have a support zone here, 2 candles to the right, no wick surpasses it, 2 candles to the left, no wick surpasses it. We break through here, this is our first break. As you can see, we actually do test the bottom of this zone right here with a wick, and that could have been a short entry. And as you can see, price fell very quickly from that point. We then have the next tests here, right? Confirming it 1-2 times. Now we confirm it a 3rd time on the lower side. Price falls. We break through it again right here with a strong candle close to the upside. We come back. We retest this zone again that we had prior, right? Acting as resistance again. This is the 5th test now. Price comes off. We have this zone that forms, right? 2 candles to the right, no wick. 2 candles to the left, no wick. Surpasses this low, right? It has to surpass the low of the wick. So as you can see, the low of the wick is right here. This wick does not surpass it. So this is a support fractal. And I always just keep mine as blue, but if it makes more sense for you to color code them, then please do so. And as you can see, we tested this 1 time here, 2 times here, break through it here with a strong candle close. I stopped dragging it over just because we are not there yet. Now we are retesting this level again, and as you can see, it is showing some support still. We are still seeing that there is still a battle in this zone to say, right? We are having some strong wicks to the downside and being bought back up. So that's why I would consider this zone to still be slightly valid, but definitely not as significant as it was back here. I hope that makes sense. So again, this is just one example. We're drawing them on the top and the bottom, and keep on drawing them until they are invalidated. So now let's go look at some more examples. But as you can see, it's very, very simple. We're just looking at 2 candles to the left, 2 candles to the right, looking for 2 closes beyond this zone. So we have this one here, and this can work on any time frame, mind you. So we have the wick drawn here, 2 candles to the right. Obviously, no wick is going to surpass this. We also have another one that's formed right here, which is confluence for this zone. We then see that we gap through it here, but we do treat it as support here. We do treat it as support here, and then up until this point, it is no longer valid because we break through here with very, very little battle between buyers and sellers. So where's our next zone? We have our next zone down here, which we formed all the way back here on a higher time frame, it seems. Yep, on a 4-hour chart, we formed the zone, test it 1 time here, 2 times here, come across here. We're still testing it. There's no time length that would invalidate this. It's only when you break through it, right? So we're testing it again here. This would have been a great buy entry. Price skyrockets off that level. And now we are coming back down to test it once more on AMD. This is the other example we were looking at. So let's see if we have any more charts that we can quickly pull up. Apple. We obviously use a lot of these zones on Apple. We form one here, retest it here, retest it here. This level is still valid. We can continue drawing that over. Again, same thing here, right? Wick here, tested as resistance. We get a slight fake out, but then breaks right back below. So this one I would consider invalid now because you see we do form it here. It is valid here, but there's very little battle in this zone besides right here and right here on the upside. But when we break through, there's very little confluence to say this is still a valid zone. So what I would then do is move my zone here, and this one only broke through 1 time. So now we can treat that area as resistance if it comes back up. Right, and just to highlight that fact even more, we can change it back to green. It is now resistance, and we are coming back down to retest this support zone, which could be invalid. We need to see. We tested it here, we tested some here, we tested some here. Again, not a super strong zone, but it's definitely not invalid yet. We have to see how we react to it, and perhaps it is invalid at that point. So not a super long video. I really, really hope you guys enjoyed. I really hope this helps you guys in drawing your support and resistance fractals, zones, whatever you want to call them. If it does help your trading, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're not already. And as always, happy trading. I'll see you in the next video.